Hello, 749 subscribers. You're watching Chillmonger, and it's Falcon and the Winter Soldier. I read comics. I'm gonna go ahead and say thank you to everyone who thumbs up now, because this was a video I did without taking notes. I didn't take notes while watching this episode, so this is off the memory, and this is not gonna be a high quality review. When it begins, and they free Zemo, and Bucky's talking to Sam and explaining and narrating exactly how things went down. You know Zemo had to be thinking of his way out this whole time. Oh, there's a prison fight, eh? Okay, that means that there's two guards. Okay, what happens when that happens? And how about this? Do they have any protocol for one of the guard changes his uniform into another uniform? It was very slick. It was somewhat believable, and there were parts in here that were just, oh, this character has plot armor, unbelievability. But that part, man, it worked. It really worked. And John Walker knew, okay, if Bucky and Sam were here the day Zemo escaped, put one and two together. I don't even know why it's a question. Lamar, Battlestar was being like, we can't take that. It's not official. We need evidence, bro. Coincidences. So John Walker was right for suspecting them there. But also John Walker contradicted himself because he was the one talking about how we got to get the job done, and then freed Bucky from the pardoned conditions. Remember in the last episode? And then he tells them, then stay out of my way. Well, now, if the problem is if you're trying to resolve the problem, you should take any means to do it. In this episode, he's willing to do any drastic measures to solve the case. Where were you last episode when Falcon and Bucky were telling you we are free agents, we operate outside, thanks for the info? You could have been like, okay, cool, we'll keep you up to date if we find out anything on our side, and should you guys learn something, just here's a phone, call me on this, text it, email, some way, somehow let me know about it, because I need to know what you know, you need to know what we know, and together we'll work, and we won't involve the higher ups. He could have made that arrangement, but instead it was get the hell out of my way. And in here it shows you that he is willing to get a little bit dirty. And then he did it. He didn't. He screwed Sam and Bucky. This man is a villain, and let's dismiss John Walker. You know what else is a villain? Madripoor. I read comics all the time. I hear about this world, this country called Madripoor. It's somewhere, what they said, Indonesia area. It came to life. I could see the Black Widow No Restraints play and all the countless other stories that we've been reading in comics taking place here on Madripoor. Is weird. And it's somewhere where Sharon Carter could blend in. Even though she's white, it's just understood that it's a very diverse, criminal community that's there. Bartender was black and everything. A smiling tiger, that was cool. Sam wasn't good at hiding, and I don't know why his phone wasn't on vibrate. Come on now, Sam, wake up! Like, you were not born yesterday. But for some reason they couldn't notice an Avenger here. Very weak writing. Sam saved the world. He's Falcon. He should be able to recognize who he was, especially a criminal. All criminals know who the fucking the cops are, the heroes are. Now, Sharon shows up. Like I said, plot armor. She was shooting everybody. No one else was getting shot. I don't know how Sam and Bucky avoided somebody's shots. It was crazy. They decide to team up, and she says, I don't work for free. We got to make some sort of deal. They're like, okay, when this is all done, we're going to pardon you and forgive you for stealing Captain America's shield, which she should have been forgiven for anyways, because it's with Captain America's shield that the time heist could have been used. It's with Captain America's shield they fought Thanos until it broke. But there's so many reasons why Sharon should be forgiven. Especially, it's like they're not admitting that the Sokovian Accords were a bad idea. They're just not doing that. Sharon agrees to that. That's the deal that they have, and they show up to where this creator of the super soldier serum. It's a new version of the serum. It's more hidden, and it doesn't. He used samples from Isaiah Bradley, who is supposed to be a test subject. That's what they called him, and Sam didn't like how that felt. The doctor blipped away, and the government was like, all right, we're done with that. 5 years later, he comes back, new president, new everything. They didn't want to continue that, but someone in Madripoor was willing to continue that. Now, Falcon and Winter Soldier takes place 6 months after the blip, remember that? So Endgame happened, 6 months passed, and now he's concocted this super soldier serum. There are 8 people who have been serumed. One of them just died in that last episode, so maybe it's 7 right now. Carly What's her name is one of them. And we do get a scene outside where it looks like she's okay. I can see where this villain's coming from. But when she tells that man, fasten your seatbelt, kaboom, she's not good, right? So any discussions that you guys want to have about, I can see where this guy is coming from. Even for Thanos, he wanted to kill half, but it's because the resources are so finite. No, I cannot get behind this one. But everyone's different. People like villains for some reason. So Carly is super soldier serum. This doctor now is gonna die because that's what Baron Zemo, the super rich Baron Zemo with a private jet, is gonna kill him. He doesn't like super soldiers. That was his whole MO. It was told by Bucky himself. He said this guy has a code, even though it's not something that we agree with and how he's a criminal. He does have his standards. He's unique. He's a unique little villain. This guy. He does have the little mask, the purple one from the comic book version of him. There's really no reason for it. I guess it's just something he likes, right? I have no idea what it actually is. If somebody does know, comment section, please. But I just think it's like, we got to honor this. Remember when Killmonger took that mask? Claw was like, you're not going to tell me that's vibranium too. No, I'm just feeling it. And he put it on his face. That was it. Because he wears it in Marvel 616. The super jet. I mentioned the private jet. They had a fun conversation about Winter Soldier, the movie, where the notebook is actually the same one Steve had, and it was all about Trouble Man, about Marvin Gaye. You don't like Marvin Gaye? Hey, you have no right to say that. But he's actually kind of right. That was just really fun. That Marvel humor that just doesn't belong, where they talk about stuff like the big three, androids, aliens, and wizards. What's happening? That's something that's been here since 2008, and it needs to not go away. And it's seeped into other films like Godzilla and Kong that I saw the other day. Where are we now? Told you I didn't write notes. I don't want to waste your guys' time, but I don't feel like I spoke about it enough. How did it end? With the man dead, with Sharon outside on that boat, surviving and not dying some way, somehow. It's crazy how everyone could be pointing their guns at her, hear gunshots, and not, she was never outnumbered. She makes it away. That's the deal that they have. I think she's gone. I don't think she's coming back anymore. But then again, she's not a big name actor, honestly. So they go away. They make it out. Bucky goes, hey guys, I'm just going to take a little walk. I knew something was up. He reaches down, and there's a silver round ball. Is that a Kumoyo bead? There's another one, and another one, and there's a trail. And I go, okay, this reminds me of Infinity War. When Vision was on the table, Dr. Banner was talking, Natasha was talking, how are we going to save him? We need a place, not here, not now. And then you hear the drums, and Captain America says, I know a place. It was just like that build. They need to tease Wakanda like this every single time. Because on the other side of these Kimoyo beads, he looks around. I know what the camera's going to do. I know the camera's going to be facing away. It'll go away because he's looking to the left. And when it comes back and he turns around, it was Ayo, one of the Dora Milaje. She was in Civil War. She was the one who told Natasha, move or you will be moved. Something like that. And then T'Challa looks up and he goes, as interesting as it would be, I would like to see that fight. He said something along the lines of that. And Natasha backed off. And Natasha was just still like smiley and everything to Oyo. She was also in the Black Panther movie, but she didn't have enough lines. I actually thought what Denai Guerrero was, which was the general, which was Okoye. I'll have to see the casting on Civil War. Like, what did they cast her as? Was she always going to be Ayo? Or was that actually what she was supposed to be? And in comes Denai to take the role because, we can get Denai? You're nice, but we got Denai. Denai Guerrero is a super skilled actress. You remember her as Afina Shakur. I remember her as Michonne in The Walking Dead. So that was my theory, and I can double check that when I'm done this video, if I care enough. It's Ayo, it's the Dora Milaje, it's Wakanda. They're mad because, as it was stated earlier in the episode, the Wakandans did not forget that Zemo killed T'Chaka. Bucky, you gotta answer, White Wolf. That wasn't for nothing. Remember the last episode? They wanted to remind us about his Wakandan connections. This show is building. Anything is not for nothing. Aside for serious plot armor, mistakes in here. I thought it was a good episode. I'll give it a 7 out of 10. I'm chill. Subscribe by clicking on the smiley face that just popped up right there. It's right there. It's smiling right at you. It's got sunglasses. Beneath the sunglasses is the stars representing my eyes because all I see is stars. Like the song at the end of the Black Panther, remember it goes, all the stars. That.